Pick a card. What is being awakened in you? Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you at your reading. Hi friends, my name is Crystal with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. Today's pick a card is about what is being awakened in you. We will be using these lovely Mudra cards for awakening your energy body. So this is the portion of selection and intention. And there'll be a little bit of reading, so bear with me, okay? What is being awakened in you? And what mudras can we utilize to support this? Let's get 3 cards, please. Okay, we're going to be using this one. Ooh, the Kali Mudra. Okay, release. Release. This is pile number 1. We'll do this one. Liberation. And I will probably mispronounce this, but it's Bharva Mudra. Definitely not the way you pronounce it, but that just happened. And pile number 3. Harmony. Tumitra Mudra. So go ahead and have a look. And I will see you at your reading. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose this beautiful card, the Kali Mudra with release, this message is for you. Those of you that are new to my channel and new subscribers, thank you so much. And those of you that are repeat offenders, thank you so much for stopping by. So we're exploring today the Kali Mudra. And your word is release. I'm going to read for you just a really quick moment. So it says expansiveness, release, and spiritual purification. And this is going to direct your breath and awareness towards your neck and throat area. It energizes thyroid and metabolism, releases tension from shoulders, neck, and throat center. So when you do this mudra, you're going to focus and think, I release all obstacles and align to my true nature. So notice any tension in your neck, shoulders. Allow these areas to begin to soften and the tension melt away, okay? And how you do the mudra is you interlace your fingers with your thumb, right thumb over the left, and then you point your index fingers out, and you're holding this towards your heart with these fingers pointing towards basically your chin, but it's designed to help with the throat area as well, okay? So what is out of balance right now is your ability to release anything. And I'm thinking of, with the blue, and it is addressing the throat chakra. Maybe you guys need to release some things in your throat. Maybe you have had problems with laryngitis throughout your life, or tonsillitis, or, we're not medical here. But you could have had some throat blockages, or simply feeling of not being able to speak your truth quite a bit is what I'm getting. And for example, I personally would feel when I was a teenager that I would rather swallow broken glass than speaking my truth. Yep, I felt that. But anyways, so this is what's out of balance. So let's find out a little bit more about this. And we are going to be using this cute little deck. It's called the Lepus Tarot. Here, I'll just show you. So, or Lepus, I'm not sure. I think it's Lepus. So, this is out of balance for pile number 1. Show us a little bit more about why this mudra popped up. For pile number 1, please. I'd like 2 clarifiers. Let's see. And we're taking this guy with the Page of Wands. These are so cute. And what the heck, we're taking this one too. Queen of Cups. Okay. See if we can zoom in here for a little bit. Yeah, so basically you've been having a difficult time speaking your truth. And I do feel like this energy is moving, but it is moving a little bit slower than we would like. Doing this mudra can potentially speed this up a little bit more and help us with confidence to speak our truth more. And this is stating that we're speaking our truth or based on like a desire, like we have a desire to speak our truth, right? This is the yellow chakra being highlighted. So interesting enough, that's talking about the solar plexus. This is I am. So this is conveying to other people. What exactly gets your mojo going? What exactly are you about? What makes you excited? What makes you get up in the morning? What makes you thrive? Where it is that you want to be headed? And then all the blue chakra is just what we're talking about is speech, right? Your throat chakra is being highlighted. But if you check this little bunny out, look at this here. It almost looks like a posture collar in the form of a cape. But I feel like this is stating that you've only spoken things thus far that make other people feel secure. I heard the word violent. Okay, interesting. So maybe some of you guys had a violent childhood, and you know, if this is the case, my heart goes out to you. Hopefully you're seeking help as well from professionals. But I'm going to say that this is a lot of what you were speaking, perhaps, or still to this day speak, is to make other people feel secure. But also, I feel like there's a little bit of a fawning thing with that. It's that, you know, when we get put in a fearful energy or we're afraid, then we do the fight, flight, fawn, or, oh my gosh, why do I always forget the third, the fourth? But anyways, I feel like this is a little bit of the fawning mechanism, or flee, that would be, you know, leaving. But I think that you have utilized your voice in order to really be a sooth speaker, maybe, and not necessarily a truth speaker, because this is almost like protecting your throat chakra. And this is saying, well, if I don't utilize things to make other people comfortable or stable or balanced, I can rock the apple cart and upset everything and really bring danger to myself, and potentially, you know, it would be off with my head type of thing. That is the vibe I'm feeling. So perhaps you had to be a soothe speaker in the form of, I need to speak these things in order to have people in my lives who had a lot more control or have a lot more control, who potentially could be violent or abusive, or, you know, fill in the blanks as far as you go. And I had to be this person in order to speak whatever it is that they wanted to hear, so I would not upset the apple cart. And so I'm feeling that for some of you. And at the top of your head also, it has been, let me, you know, I need to do this for my safety until it is an appropriate time for me to, you know, speak my truth. And so you've kept a lot of those inner things in your own heart. But I feel like your superpower currently, because we all evolve and change, is actually speaking your truth. This will bring you a lot closer to who you are, your identity, but also, yeah, it's going to ruffle feathers. Yeah, it's going to piss people off. Yeah, potentially it might bring some danger to your doorstep. And so, you know, you want to consider the situation that you're in and do everything as safe as possible, as wisely as possible, and only act when you know that you can do so in a safe manner. Pardon me, that was heavy. So the next we have right here is the Queen of Cups. And this is really my psychic card. This can, you know, say that you are speaking your truth about your energy, your belief system, or the intuitional hits that you are getting. For example, like growing up and stuff, you knew intuitively you could read a room, you could read energy. You were the great air bender with how you spoke, or how you even retained your silence to keep things at a passive level, so that, you know, survival of the fittest. And if this doesn't fit your narrative, then feel free to check out the others, or there's many other ones that you can choose from as far as reading goes. But I get what I get, and I'm here to deliver, okay? So the Queen of Cups, definitely, you know, my psychic. This is somebody who is incredibly intuitive. This bunny is saying that I kind of cock my head and I can be clairaudient. You might want to reference the video that's coming out on September the 11th. It's a collaboration I have with Helen. I have the Serpent. She is incredibly, it's just so on point. You might want to check out her channel as well. But this is stating, that I sit on my throne and I've grown to a point where I can actually listen to my intuition. I can listen to others. Some of you guys have a very strong telepathic communication and you're wondering, is that really it? Or do you have a naysayer in your head or surrounding you that doesn't really believe anything? And you're always second guessing yourself, or maybe perhaps you're just simply second guessing yourself. So this mudra is, I feel like this Kali is just even like the goddess Kali, the destroyer, and you can kind of destroy everything around in a way. Maybe that's your perception by not keeping the peace anymore, by simply speaking your truth. And maybe perhaps that's why when I was growing up, I felt like I could, I would rather swallow glass than speak my truth. It was really quite dramatic, but I felt that. And I remember to this day. And that was, just a couple of years ago, right? Yeah. Look at this. Yeah. Some of you guys, and, I'm not trying to be dark or negative, but this is life. This is what is being awakened in you, is the ability to speak your truth, to feel safe, to feel in control of your throat chakra. You could even be in a perfectly safe environment, but not utilizing your voice the way you were designed to, the way you were designed to, the way you were meant to. And there's a lot of power being held back because of that. And right here, this is, Ten of Swords. This is a lot of things that have transpired. This is my, it could be victimhood, but I feel like a lot of you guys were in a really, probably many serious situations. But I felt like that also brought about a massive change in you. And I want you to kind of look at this and think, with the Hierophant, we'll look at this in a minute. I'm not that person anymore, or I'm growing out of that, or I'm overcoming, because it only takes one sword to kill that bunny. And yet we have 10 penetrating in there, which means that you have been the object of some really like verbal abuse, some really mean things. People have said things about you that weren't true. Maybe, so I feel like it's the full gamut, and you know what pain is. But also I feel like what this money is saying, this is over and done with. This cycle has ended. It is time for you to release not what transpired to you, but release that box that you've been confined in, the lack of ability to speak your truth, and so on and so forth. We are releasing all of that, and we are reclaiming our power, because what is born within you is something new, and it's designed to really, I'll move this here so we can look at the cards. And it's designed for you to really not only grow from the situation, but also help other people. The last card in this deck that we want to take is the Hierophant, okay? And this is a commitment. And I feel like this is for most of you, a commitment to self, a commitment to your to source. It's to yourself to go ahead and release these things, the things that have been holding you back, the words that you need to speak, whether you need to speak them to somebody or on a platform like YouTube or TikTok or whatever, doesn't make a difference. But the whole point of the matter is that you need to really speak your truth and release those things, so that those energy cords that are attached to your throat chakra, the things that bind you, because I feel like you have like barbed wire or something like in your throat that you can't, and you could always like suffer from clearing your throat like I do. I really struggle with that. Or like coughing, or you can choke on nothing, and it's just really kind of odd. And I feel like this is all confirmation. So if you have those physical symptoms, then I definitely feel like this is a spiritual root. And you know what? It is not going to hurt you to utilize this mudra and maybe try it 10 days in a row and see what transpires, okay? We're all wanting relief on something, and it would be really cool to see. And you can, comment below if you feel so led as to what you experience. So how can you balance and thrive? How can we balance and thrive? We want a little bit of insight. I just looked up and it was 12/12 on this reading. That could have significance. Balance and thrive. You, my friend, pile number 1, dream. Build castles in the sky. I feel like for some of you guys, you could have utilized, dreaming, fantasizing, if you will, basically transporting yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually into a different situation. If you grew up with a room full of I'm probably going to get flagged, but like violence or things like this, or you felt like your voice was simply not heard, or any combination thereof, then I feel like you retreated into a better world, and you could be known as the family kind of dreamer or whatever, and you could you know, like I would get lost in my thoughts so much that, I mean, people would have to be like, hey, you know, hey, where are you? You know, come back. But it was my survival instinct. And you get into habits, and sometimes those habits do not benefit us. But I feel like in this case, this is going to be utilized for a strength for you. So you can dream, and you can dream big. Pile number one, don't be afraid to dream. Your dreams are there for a reason, and you can utilize these tools of, like, perhaps, you know, being silent. Now you can vocalize those, but also, you know, speaking up about what it is that you dream, or pursuing your dream. Because I feel like some of you guys do have a voice that's powerful enough to really move and help people around you. So maybe this is saying that you dreamt of a time that you can speak at will, or with freedom, or without a need to think about your stability, or something catastrophic is going to happen. So, or this could be simply pursuing my dream and not having to think about the fundamentals of life. Am I safe? Do I have a roof over my head? And can I eat? Things like that. Okay. But this will serve, you know, the collective. So do that. Actually, I want to get one more out of this. So how can this, how can you balance and thrive? With the cards on the table, please. Yep, there is a change. There's a new season in life. This is one of my all-time favorite cards. You guys, okay, I always say that, but look, is this not beautiful? So yeah, I bought these cards from Australia, and then I realized, ouch, shipping. But here we are. So the change, it's a new season. So I feel like you're actually going from this tree where, you know, it's been winterized. Your throat chakra has been maybe iced over, glossed over, looked over, jumped over. It's things that you really, perhaps you have a hard time articulating things in your relationships, situationships, or in life in general. And I know personally, like I still look to really other people and how they communicate to emulate effectively, or to communicate effectively, or, you know, I always have to kind of really think and not strategize, but because I'm not used to speaking my truth, it's really a challenge for me to just like come out and say it. That's not, you know, I think fundamentally that's who I am. Excuse me. But it's a challenge. So yep, that happened. So yeah, blocked throat chakra can sound like that. Unknown helpful factors. Show me some unknown helpful factors and what is being awakened here, please. Remember who you are. What? Yeah, so fundamentally, this is remembering who you are, remembering your dreams, remembering your path, and even the yellow attire right here is really echoing the solar plexus that we talked about. This is I am. This is like the reason for being, your excitement, your drive, your energy, which maybe perhaps it seems like a pie in the sky or a dream to other people, but really it's not. It is actually something that is, destined for you. Okay. So remember who you are. Again, a ton of blue around here. Unknown helpful factors. Yeah, going back and maybe writing down things that you really desired when you were growing up, or thoughts that really, maybe you wanted to be a public speaker, maybe you want to go to schools and kind of motivate like that. Maybe you wanted to be a coach or whatever, but you can utilize those even if you're in whatever stage in life that you are, and utilize the power, because the power point is right now. It's not about the past. It's not about, well, I missed my chance and this and that, because I'm not a spring chicken and I feel all those things, but your PowerPoint is like right now, what you can do moving forward, what you can do today, even in fact. So dedicate a little bit of time towards your dream, your passion, speaking your truth, even writing your truth can really help facilitate that throat chakra to kind of move. And then number 2 for me is about juggling. It's about stabilizing something, but it's also about personal power. And the number 7 is really a spiritual number for me, and it's a connection to the divine. To me, it connects to the Hierophant as well. But indigo, crystal, and children, Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael, by the way. You're a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. So know that you're incredibly loved and supported at this point in time, especially. You're always loved and supported, but still, a lot of us don't feel supported. So a good reminder is that we have a team on the other side helping us at all times as well. So Archangel Metatron, you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Yeah. So you might be a kid magnet, right? So maybe you want to be like a child, like a book illustrator, or write a book or something like that, or work with kids in any capacity. So I say one more card that will help, and then we will let you go. If you're liking these kind of readings, please give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. Unknown helpful factor, please, supporting all of this. Disruption, yep. So that's probably what we were concerned about. It's looping back to the very beginning that we're like, I'm going to protect my neck at all costs. But right now, it is a time to speak your truth. Right now, we can be even bringing it back to like current times, politically and socially and economically. It is a time to speak our truth, and this could be, you know, feeling bound by the opinion of others and how other people see you and other people placing you in a box. And it is time to break out of that and disrupt the status quo and speak your truth, because you have a lot to offer the world. It is absolutely needed. And mind you, I feel like you are at a point in life, most of you guys, where you can speak your truth and the disruption won't necessarily be addressing anything so critical as your immediate safety and things like that, but it could disrupt and interrupt and upset people around you. But sometimes things need to be said, and you know, so be it. So with that, I hope that you feel encouraged, if not encouraged, at least a little bit amused, and much love to you. Namaste. Hi friends, my name is Crystal Psychic ND, and if you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. You chose Liberation by Rava Mudra. I hope I'm saying that right, but do forgive if I did not. So with this mudra, it assists with unity, freedom, and liberation. So the idea is to rest the left hand on your lap facing upward and the right over the left, and your fingers allowed to touch. This is kind of hard because I'm hugging the tripod, but here we are. Yeah, something like that. But basically, you do that, and you relax your shoulders and lengthen your spine. And you can, if you choose to focus like on a mantra, I honor the innate union of consciousness and bliss. So you're going to notice a place in your body that's holding energy or constriction, any tightness, and try to focus your awareness on this place without judgment or analyzing it. That's my problem, by the way. And send your breath out into that place as a gesture of release. Now, with the word release, I do feel, even like after I started, you know, looking at this card in depth, because I just pulled them really quick on camera with you and I just jumped right into reading. I do feel like this reading is tied to pile number 1. If you were kind of choosing between the two, then go ahead, feel free to look at both, because I do feel like this talks about the first reading as well, but only if you feel led to. So what is being awakened in you? Let's get a little bit more energy here for liberation. Why is this card here? Why is this card here, please? 2 cards. Here is 1. The Knight of Pentacles. And the second card, the 7 of Swords. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles right here with the Liberation and the 7 of Swords. Quite interesting, a combination here. I feel like what needs to be liberated in you is the desire just to go after what it is that you want. I feel like you have been building on something that's going to give you freedom, something that's slow and steady wins a race, I hear. What? The King of Wands. I happen to look up at the bottom of the deck. Look up at the bottom of the deck. Yep, I said that. But anyways, I looked up at the bottom of the deck and I got the King of Wands as well. So I'll put a picture of these cards, by the way, if you want to do a picture of it so you can practice them if you want to. But right here, yeah, this is all about building. This is all about the desire. Whatever it is that you have is actually evolving, manifesting, and growing. I feel like you have a higher vision than anyone could possibly ever even suspect. And I feel like you've been keeping things on down low, by the way. So you could be doing things to privacy of your own home. And, you know, I think that your mindset is kind of like, everybody mind your business. I'm doing what it is I need to do. But this is helping you, helping your heart chakra to really grow, to evolve, to really pursue the things that you really desire, things that you're fired up about. These could be a lot of like humanitarian projects that really help with your community. They could help your family. I feel like it's an all around healing thing, but I do think that it's taken time, okay? And I feel like with this right here, this is a judgment that is forming among other people around you. They could be saying, well, I never knew. Well, they never talked to me about that. Well, I didn't know the details. And this is people sleuthing around trying to poke their noses into your business, or, you know, trying to find out details as to what it is that you are investing in, what it is that your final idea is, what it is that you are liberating from your creative self. Because I feel like there's a lot of sacral chakra things being addressed as well. And this would be your second chakra after the root, of course. And I think that this is like slow and coming, slow and methodical, but also I think that your heart chakra is opening up at last, and it is actually very much thriving. I feel a lot of energy in your heart center. So if you've been doing any color therapy or creative visualization, whatever you want to call it, regardless of what you want to call it, I feel like your heart is open. And I love this energy because from there, energy is just flowing upward, right? It's flowing upward. You could be connecting to the divine, connecting with Kundalini awakening, if you know about that. Also considering like energies and things like that are mysteries to other people. And I feel like, you know, they could be even mystery to you, but I feel like people sleuthing around in your business is... It's the energy of this is so foreign, I don't get it. So people could not have an idea about your creative vision. Maybe you are like printing something and you're printing stickers, or I don't know what. You're making clothing, or you're opening up a new line, or, you know, you're branching out on a business that has been status quo for so long that nobody ever does it this way. And that's why you don't communicate or open up about these things until it is prime time. Plus, it's simply nobody else's business. So I feel here that you could have people around you that want to steal your ideas, by the way. And this gram is dry. It's parched. They have no ideas, no creativity of their own. So I feel like when you are liberating this, you're trusting the universe, but being also wise. Like if it's intellectual things, you want to get those patented, or, you know, whatever grounds that you have to do your watermark on your photos, whatever it is that you need to do to protect yourself, definitely do those steps. Don't skip them, because you have people sleuthing around. Look, we talked about, did that come out on camera? I just cracked the cards, and this is what we have. This is the Ace of Wands. This is life being breathed into you from spirit, I feel. And this is like a gift, and this is specifically given to you. So you could be having a lot stirring up in your body. You could be feeling a different, even energetic body in you, where this is like getting your mojo going. You're like, yep, this is, you know, I'm excited. This is, I'm feeling liberated. And once again, the Hierophant is coming out. I feel dedicated to my cause. I am doing this, whatever this is to you, right? But this also can talk about your sexual energy, by the way. I'm not sure how to put these on so they transfer without glare and all in camera, but here we go. Yeah, but it is a commitment. It is, you're weighing things to make sure that whatever you produce in this world, it is balanced, it is solid, it is on the correct foundation. But also I feel like a lot of it is connected to spirit or divinely given or inspired. So you could be kind of doubting those things. We're going to kind of replace that cess energy with this one. But all of those things are really, again, about building a foundation, because you're still in the night phase. So this tells me that you have prepped the ground, that you have a pretty good idea, that you have been making active moves, and you could be pouring time, energy, and money into this slowly but surely. Okay, so that's what's being awakened in you. Okay, actually... let's look at what's out of balance. What's out of balance? What is out of balance? I need 2 cards. If you hear snoring, I promise it is not me. Out of balance is memories of love. Maybe you get a little bit too much into your head. Number 6, I feel like this is, getting a little bit sentimental. Yeah, stand your ground. So let me tell you, if you guys are in doubt, if you have people trying to pry into your energy, people snooping around, basically people not staying in their own lane and minding their own business, feel like you're undergoing a major transformation. And don't get lost in the sauce. I mean, there's a reason why you're having to make moves silently. Maybe you have a lot of naysayers, people that try to discourage you. Right? You could have well-meaning people or people that are secretly jealous or have an agenda to really want to kind of tear down what you are building, that you're disguised as like frenemies, right? So memories of love, and that is great. Just don't get lost in the sauce in your brain, okay? We could really kind of over romanticize what we had before or how things were. But once again, the greatest the greatest point of power that you are ever going to be in is the present moment. And yeah, it's a present moment of how you build, how you move, how you strategize, how you move in the world. And with all of this green, your heart chakra is bringing something really beautiful to the world. Maybe you felt confined, constricted, or maybe you simply knew what you wanted, but you're making slow moves. And because you had people that were super stealthy in your business, trying to kind of control, manipulate, and tell you what's good and what's not, that slowed you down. But I cracked this deck open and look, you're all about the action now. Awaken the warrior woman within, or man. Oh yeah, I might get flagged for that. So I'm just gonna, it's so ridiculous. We got the YouTube police out here. So I'm gonna leave this like this. I forgot about the booby policy, right? But I'm gonna say that with action, you have been kind of, studying and thinking things through and how does this look and whatever. And maybe you were making some moves, but you were doing it silently. And maybe you made some really big moves. You transformed what your life looks like currently is not what it looked like last year or maybe even last month. And that is a good thing. I feel like you are putting, again, solid foundations down for yourself. Yeah, give yourself time to recuperate. So allow yourself time to rest along with this movement. It is great to make moves and create movement, but stand your ground, defend yourself. I think that you could have people gunning for you, which is really quite interesting because it's like, don't you guys have anything better to do? Apparently not. Stand your ground, spirit is with you. Okay, you are divinely guided. I feel like you are here for divine purpose, and don't let other people's opinions or comments or whatever dissuade you. Just do what it is that you need to be doing, and only you know what that is. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to give you this last card because I flipped this. Bottom of the deck, and I'm not looking anymore because I'll have to take those too. So we have fire, transformation, rebirth, and renewal. You could have had a major transformation about, let's look at this card again. The King of Wands, like perhaps, is all popping about. I know exactly the direction I want to go, and you had a new rebirth into everything, and now it's gung-ho, we're headed there. But you have also the sun, okay, the conscious mind, the masculine, and the life force, also with the action. But also take time to rest, recuperate, and take care of your own personal health, your personal energy, and this includes protecting yourself from energy vampires. Again, people who want to be busybodies, to know what you're doing at all times, to want to control, to want to comment when their comment isn't, needed or asked for. And I feel like, again, with all this passion here, it's a passion project or a new business or something. You could have people saying, yeah, that design doesn't really look good or whatever. And you're not asking for opinions right now as you've had enough reflection, you know what you're doing. So trust yourself. Are we going to make mistakes? Yeah, we're human. But part of those mistakes are really beautiful because you evolve. And sometimes what we consider mistakes are not really mistakes at all. Think of Coca-Cola and how that was invented quite by accident. But some argument can be said that, yeah, Coca-Cola was a mistake. Because it's really corrosive, literally, for your body, okay? I don't know. But you could be having some of those thoughts. The point is that a lot of inventions were created by accident, okay? So as you grow, as you evolve, don't be afraid to make moves. And if they don't work, you're going to polish, tweak, strategize, and change accordingly. Yes. Teaching and learning, Archangel Zadiko, okay. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach those ideas to others. Yeah. So all of this, like purple, is being echoed with your initial card of liberation right here. And I think that this is saying that Source is giving you a lot of ideas, and this is something meant to heal others. Maybe, yeah, a speaker or a lecturer. I don't know what this is, but whatever it is, I see 1313. You might want to look that up as an angel number and see if that means anything to you. But you are, whether you know it or not, teaching and learning as well. And this is what we all should be doing, is we're the teacher, we're the mentor, we're the follower at different times in our lives and to different degrees. And maybe we're all of them to different degrees. You don't always have to be the top dog, the one in the teacher's seat. I feel like I love to learn, and I love to just immerse myself in learning. But also, what good is it if you're 90% learning and you're not teaching or mentoring? So there is a balance there. Learn what is good for you at this point in time. Your balance could change a little bit later on, but I see two major changes. So I feel like you're cleaning up a lot of the energies that, the super sleuthers or naysayers or people that held your energy back, or that try to control and manipulate. And you're also changing how you move. I feel like you're being seen for the first time maybe ever. And I love that for you. With the green here, your heart chakra is wide open. It's incredibly beautiful. How you can support that is utilizing green, putting on a green shirt with intention in the morning, for example, or like a green underbrow, I don't know, whatever, but something green. And when you look at it, think to yourself, my heart chakra is open. It's open with love and with receptivity, and I am growing. And that doesn't mean that anybody and everybody can put their fingers in your heart chakra, right? No, that just means that you're open to all good things, and you're going to analyze as per usual and make the moves accordingly. So I love that for you. So how can we balance and thrive? I'm kind of feeling these. Oh yeah, balancing and thriving. How can we balance and thrive here, please? For pile number 2, if you're liking this kind of reading, do give me a like, share, comment, and subscribe. A little bit of a waiting game, but look at all this green. It is no accident. This whole deck is not green, okay? And I'll prove it to you. Bottom of the deck is the Magician. You have all the tools that you need. If you're in doubt, if you're feeling a little bit like, I heard your stomach's a little kind of, I heard Willy Wonka or rumbly, or like if you tend to feel energetically that your stomach gets really upset with any of these ideas, then kind of hold off. There's a little bit of a waiting period right here where things are settling, where your shifts are coming in, meaning, you planned, you strategize, you are looking, and slowly, all these shifts are coming into port, and you're going to have the things that you need, the things that you planned for, and a lot of beautiful blessings that you did not plan for. How do I know that? Because you are the Magician. You are intelligent enough. You are fiery enough. You have enough passion. You have enough emotional intelligence as well. You are grounded enough, but also you are divinely supported and protected. And you have the ability to bring all these elements at any point in time into earth, meaning you can ground these things and be whatever it is that you need to be, or do whatever it is that you need to do to manifest this dream of yours. Yep. That's how we can balance, is having confidence and being a little bit more patient. I feel like you're starting to see the fruits of what you're working for rolling in, and it might be a little bit slow, and you might be like, let's go. What? I might have to count them because I don't have my glasses on. The optician who doesn't wear her glasses. I think this is a 9 of Pentacles. Yep, 9 of Pentacles right here. Yeah, with the proverbial, oh gosh, the falcon. I'm not going to say the P word no more, okay? But look at all the green. So you have a lot of things growing for you, a lot of things going for you. I feel like your stability is divinely ordained. I feel like you are feeling lush and stable and starting to see the fruits, because, right, the 9 of Pentacles is all about seeing a return, a reward, being comfortable, having your own counsel, and seeing the fruits of that, because so far you planted the counsel of other people. You followed advice from other people, maybe people that were frenemies, maybe people that actually wanted to compete with you, maybe people that were secret haters. They wanted to, take away what you had, or people that want to disrupt the apple cart by causing you to doubt. And that is no longer the case, because you planted their fruit and it turned up crap. And now you started listening to yourself, right? And listening to your own unusual hobbies, unusual ideas. And that is blossoming for you. Yep. So keep in mind all these things that are growing. It is no accident. And don't allow the fallacy of other people's words or judgments against you to really control or kind of disrupt your path. Yeah, because it is divinely ordained, I feel. So this Five of Cups came up reversed, okay? And I feel like with the Five of Cups, this talks about mourning over the loss of an ending and things, you're mourning over the good times, the party times, the times where we have memories of love and we felt good. And I don't want to sound, I guess shallow or kind of mocking. But if you really think about it, a lot of times our memories of love too, they're a little bit tainted with a little bit of dreaminess, a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of like, okay, those memories of love, when you, for example, sorry, but I digress here. Example, you think of an old lover and wow, how the good times you had and you missed them and this and that. And while that may be true, you can get lost in the sauce that this mother lover actually betrayed you, or that they turned around and stole your ideas or stole your money. I heard stole your identity. That's for somebody. Or this person, wound up like going on their own path, or ghosted you or divorced you or whatever, fill in the blank. Or this frenemy wound up being revealed that they were in competition with you, talking crap about you, or trying to destroy what you are lacing up, what you are trying to build. So any of those like warm and fuzzies that you tend to get lost in can actually be a hindrance. And the help here, because this is coming up reverse, is that you see things for what they are. You're no longer looking at, oh, the good old times, because maybe those were really, for me anyways, really well enmeshed with alcohol. Let's not kid ourselves. Or other, substances. I've done my time, guys. I'm not an angel. I'm not a saint. But I'm going to tell you that regardless, look at things with a sobriety, with a level-headedness, and see, memories of love and of the good times, unless it's like with the purity of children and things like that. I would kind of rethink that, because sometimes there's a lot of things out of balance, and there's a reason why you had that super sleuth, the Seven of Swords, in your energy. And I feel like you're seeing things for what they really are, and that is giving you an incredible amount of power. Right now is your point of power, and that is how you can move forward, okay? Any unknown helpful factors, please. We'll pull a couple of angel cards. Unknown helpful factors for pile 2. What? Did we not just talk about this? Divine order. Archangel Raguel. Raguel? Okay. I'm going to go to pronouncing school at some point, but not today. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past illusion and see the underlying order. What are we talking about? Exactly that. So I'm super sentimental. I know it's shocking, right? But memories of love and memories of the good old times and things like that, that's fine. You can pay your, tokens, and it's good to honor those things. But don't forget, ultimately, when people show their faces, who they really and truly are. Because when the rubber hits the pavement, that's when you're going to see how people move, right? So don't forget, it's all about balance. And that is an unknown factor that can really help you. But it's also divinely ordered. Keep going. Crystal clear intentions. Yeah. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith, because it's in divine order. And Passion. Archangel Haniel. Haniel? Yeah. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Yep. So this could be a love life too. Why not? But I'm thinking for a lot of you guys, it is career. And this light is like wild. So you have a lot of support. Most of all, you have divine support, which is ultimately way more powerful than anything actually tangible here on earth anyways, in the 3D. So much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Hi friends, my name is Crystal with Psychic MD. If you have reached this reading, pile number 3, this is for thee. You chose harmony. To mudra. I'm trying to actually jump into the reading quickly because the lighting here gets a little bit sketch, but here we are. So you chose harmony. I really love orange. It's one of my favorite colors, but I digress. So I got really excited when this one came out. Life transitions, equanimity, and balance. Yeah. So what you're going to want to do is holding your hands in front of your pelvis, which I cannot show you. You're welcome. Facing downward, touch the thumbs and tips together in a triangle. Well, anyways, you can clearly see right here. Rest the hand on the laps, palms facing inward, lengthen spine, and relax your shoulder. Balance and harmony accompany all of my transitions. And yeah, you might be undergoing a time right now where you are changing a lot of things, or a lot of things around you are changing. Typically a combination thereof, right? Because life, the one thing that's constant is change. That was really hard to get out of my head, by the way. So you could be really drawn to the orange color. The sacral chakra could be really being addressed. And I love how this even is talking. It's almost like birthing something new, letting something go. I won't get into the details of what I actually see here because we're reading for men and women, and I'm trying to keep it clean, right? So what is out of balance here? What's out of balance? There's something that needs to move, transition, change, and that will establish your harmony again. The reason why you're in disharmony is because the energy has become stagnant. It's not moving, and it's actually harmful at this point. The world. What? Did you see that? I hope that was on camera because I was channeling at the same time and not paying attention. Yep. The world. Yeah, you have many changes. You could be juggling many things. This could be time-sensitive changes that need to really happen. For example, if you're selling a house. Wow, look at that. Okay, the 8 of Cups right here, bottom of the deck. If this isn't about change, then it's about nothing, because completely changing. This is walking away. Now, you know, this is really powerful, okay? I'm impressed. I'm going to say, because not only do you have like monumental changes, the world signifies basically that it's spiritual way of acknowledging, like, look, you have undergone like these trials, these tribulations, or these cycles, and you have mastered them. It doesn't mean that we're winning at everything, right? Because that would be unrealistic. But it does mean that you have learned the lessons. You've gleaned what you need to glean, learned what you need to learn, and it is time to move on. If you're clinging to something that is not beneficial, helpful, then it is time to change that as well. And how you're going to change it, we're going to explore it right now. But I want to acknowledge to you that these changes can seem really painful. They could seem really scary. This could be leaving partners, I don't want to say changing partners like you're changing a shirt, but I do want to say for somebody here specifically, I definitely feel like, and this might just be 1 or 2 people, but I feel like this is leaving a partner that you've been unhappy with in a long time, in an enmeshment. I keep hearing in an enmeshment, and your energy is tied to that person. That do not fool yourself. Whenever we're having sex with people, you are sharing energy right there. And sharing energy, there are also things I feel like that you wind up inheriting some of their like ancestral traumas and things like that. And I know that goes like far left field, but I want to address it because this is for someone. But I think that you've woken up to the fact that this is not working for you as of quite some time, but you're afraid to make the moves that you need to make. And you weren't born to be miserable, and we all make mistakes, but we also, all of us have, room to grow and learn. And sometimes relationships are just meant for learning and growing. And once you outgrow each other, then it could be time to move on. Anyways, that was my 2 cents. But moving on, Griselle. So we have the 8 of Cups right here. This is walking away. This is, you're going to have to walk away from something that you poured a lot of time, energy, emotion, blood, sweat, and tears, something that you thought was going to be emotionally gratifying because you, with your whole heart, were filling these cups. You leveled them, maybe you put them on a scale to make sure that the liquid was all exactly the same in each and every cup, and then you carefully stacked them all. And that brought you nothing. I'm hearing the word shame. So it could have been that you invested in something that just was not good from the get-go. You had warnings. It doesn't make a difference. We all choose our own paths and we all choose our own lessons. And there's something we learn in everything, okay? Now, what is important is that this bunny is walking right here into this whole like river, okay? And I'm going to say that if you think that you are abandoning things that you poured so much energy into, and I'm not saying that you did not, obviously you did, but it brought you no emotional comfort. But what you gave away, rest assured that when you turn your back on it and you're walking away, that you did your best and that there is more emotional fulfillment elsewhere, but it's readily available. Like all this water isn't, the bunny's not having to dig and look for water. It's readily available. So I feel like what this is saying is that follow your path, your true north, your desire, and you definitely want to continue looking and searching for what it is that makes you happy. Now, I'm not talking about superficial things, 3D things like cars and I heard cars, women, and wine, but if that's your thing, whatever. So I feel like ultimately major things are changing in your life, and it can be really scary. It can be feeling really disruptful, but also I feel like this is divinely guided. I feel like your energetic body is awakening, which is what this reading is really all about. But you've been in disharmony for a long time. You've been juggling a lot of things and trying to make things fit where they don't, okay? And now it's time to allow yourself to be grounded once again and to move forward in life. And also you're going to be moving to things that give you joy as well with the sacral chakra, sacral, however you want to pronounce it. It's about creativity. It's about flowing. It's about energetically moving with a vibration that gives you joy. It's about optimism, and with the yellow mixed in, because that, right, red and yellow make orange. Why are we getting a color theory? I am not qualified, people, but here we are. I'm just saying that those two colors make the orange, and with the yellow being addressed right here, I feel like with your solar plexus, this is what I want to do. I'm headed here. I'm excited. This is I embody this. So whatever it is that is most authentically you, right? Not the contrived you. A lot of us try to wear different masks, just trying different things to see what works, what sticks. And then we realize that, we're just not ultimately happy. You could be the best CEO in the whole wide world. Doesn't make a difference. That is ending for you because it doesn't give you the joy, the creativity, the life, I feel like I'm thriving kind of a thing, okay? So that's what's been out of balance, but I do see that currently things could be happening for you as well. If you're not making these choices to kind of move on from them, then maybe people around you are making moves to help end these cycles, and that could be painful. Coco, what are you doing, buddy? I hear his little nails and I got to see what's going on here. How can you balance and thrive? Pile number 3, how can we balance and thrive these energies, please? Because it could be really disruptful. You're going to have to get a lot of rest, a lot of sleep, a lot of drinking water, a lot of energetic purging. This would really be helpful. And honestly, even if you're a skeptic, I am too. Keep a journal, write this down, and then do it for 30 days in a row and see if you're feeling any better, if your energetic body is moving more into creativity, if you feel more in harmony. Right? It's not going to hurt anything. And we devote a lot of time to stuff that we have no business devoting time to. Says the girl that watches Netflix obsessively until way past her bedtime. Yeah. You get the drift. Guidance. You're divinely guided. Yeah. So this is what I was getting. It was like, if you're not making those choices and options energetically, it's like two magnets. You're getting these two magnets and they click together. Maybe things were clicking together. Things were working well. This job was like freaking fantabulous. This school was amazing. You thought it was like the bee's knees and it was the best thing ever. But somewhere along the line, you're learning lessons that you were destined to learn, by the way, but we choose like how we learn them and whatnot, I believe anyways. And now things are maybe ending around you. Maybe, you know, school is over and you got to get into the real world, or maybe a job, or somebody's closing down, or relationships, whatever the case may be. But it is divinely guided. And know that with, you know, what better guidance can we get than guidance from the divine? Trust your intuition and try to breathe into it. I feel for you. I'm feeling like lost for sure. Oh, look. Some of you guys could be prayer warriors. I like to pray. I don't pray as much as I need to, but trust, faith is in the power of the universe. And why? Because you're divinely guided. You are leaving things behind that are not designed for you, not meant for you. It is like looking at a dress on the rack and thinking, I would, you know, that's such a beautiful dress, but it doesn't come in my size, type of thing, right? Or all of those sizes are gone. It's like, why are you going to purchase that dress if it would never fit? Big or small, doesn't make a difference. The point is, they are not your threads. And I'm just going to say that, you know, trusting in the universe and getting really focused and centered. You could be really clairvoyant as well. You could get messages through clairaudient. Oh, and you know what's going to help elevate your mood is if you were not a doctor once again, but if you were to utilize like orange drops or like orange candles, and I know some of those are like, you know, toxic. Here I am with my toxic self giving advice, but I do love me an orange candles, citrus lemons, things like that. I think they're cool. So obviously use your judgment, but I think citrus smells, even God forbid you get like a real lemon, what, and squeeze it into your water or smell that. I just love the smells. That can really awaken and move things in you and help you feel a lot more positive. By the way, lemon peel, you can actually eat it and it'll give you like a burst of energy and optimism, which I found pretty intriguing and forgot just until now. I used to do that when I lived in Arizona. So happy endings. What did we just talk about? Ending of chapters and transitions. By the way, pile number 3, you very well may have a couple of messages in pile number 2 if you feel led to. I feel like the clouds are parting, but they've been really, really dense clouds because you've been locked in this. This is like having a business with a business partner that you don't drive with anymore, or you found out they were sneaky or shady, or you just want to part ways because it's not your MO any longer, and yet you have money tied together, you have land tied together, you have employees, whatever it is. And this is, you know, God, Griselle, think, okay, I'm sorry, they should like call this differently because a person like me with... with a brain like mine. Yeah, we're not talking about happy endings like that. We're talking about this is the end of a chapter. This is over and done with. This is buried. We are allowing things not only to be buried. She has dug a hole and says, don't stop. Miracle is around the corner, right? And there are all these crystals here. I wish I was digging for that crystal, by the way. But she doesn't know there's a crystal right there. And you're almost at the very like epicenter of things happening for you and not to you. So currently, yeah, things are ending, but I definitely want to tell you that like it's just maybe like 2 layers beneath, and what it is that you want wants you. So definitely don't stop. And trusting that you are magnetizing. I started with magnets, so sorry, I'm scattered here. But 2 magnets, when you know, have magnets and they boom, you know, come together, everything's easy. And maybe perhaps that's how things were with relationships and people and whatnot. But you flip one magnet over and you try to get them close and they keep repelling. And I feel like you could be noticing that in your relationships, situationships and whatnot, everything around you. So whatever is being repelled in your life is happening for you. And the reason why is for better things to come. She has no idea that this gorgeous crystal is here, and she is going to be like over the moon, I feel, when that is discovered. So keep on tying up loose ends, keep on energetically letting things go, creating harmony by moving that energy through your body. I have a habit of transmuting that, so I absorb that energy and I push it through my back, if that makes any sense at all for you energy workers. I don't feel like that's healthy or the way it's meant to do. That is just the way I naturally do things. So I'm training myself to energetically move things out of my body without having to absorb them and move things that don't belong in there, and really ground my energy so that I could feel balanced and not discombobulated, right? Today is going to be, well, depending on when you watch this and when I put this out, is the full moon. So it is the super moon of August, and a lot of you guys could be feeling all that watery energy. and your mind could be a little bit cloudy, but I feel like things are really moving. Things are being illuminated. Keep in mind that when it's nighttime, even the coat rack can look like it's a monster. But the minute that the sun comes up and you're like, oh yeah, that's my jacket or whatever, easily identified. So things are being dug up, and also things are being buried that don't need to be in your life any longer. And loose ends are being tied up. It is a time to free fall, a time to trust. Unknown helpful factors, please. What are the unknown helpful factors for pile number 3? If you're liking these kind of readings, please give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. And sorry, my brain's a little bit like everywhere. Yeah. Creative writing. So you could really benefit. Ooh, do I see 2? I do. And look at the colors. What? Reds and yellows. Okay. Make orange. Okay. So creative writing, Archangel Gabriel. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or a pen, an article, or a book, right? Clairsentient, Archangel Regwil. Notice your recurrent physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. And you could be feeling right now, because I'm just talking about the moon currently that's going to be happening tonight, depending on where you're at in the world and what time I'm able to release this reading, hopefully today. But I'm going to say you could be feeling a lot of emotion, a lot of releasing. And releasing can look like just crying for, quote, no reason. But keep in mind that tears are cleansing. I am not a good crier. I hate crying, struggle with it, always have. But I'm going to tell you that repressing that is not going to be helpful, or health, Heath, right? Healthful. I kind of have a list sometimes, so there's that. Moon cycles. What are we just talking about? The moon cycle. Archangel Heniel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize on these cycles. If you're having a big purge moment, make sure that you're drinking water and releasing all of that. You can even get in the tub with a full cup and a half of Epsom salt, and really picture, well, I program the water, by the way, when I do have a tub. And I program the water and just really put my hand over it and kind of set intention, pray over it, meditate, or speak words into your water. Program your water and its memory. And basically, I just ask it to take out anything out of my body that is unhealed, or any muck, any darkness, any energies that are mine, things like that. And that is how you can do a spiritual bath. And maybe I should do a topic on that someday. But those are, I feel like, really cleansing and fun to do. And a lot of surprising things can happen. That sounds really weird, Griselle. But yeah, you can have these energetic cleanses that are really liberating and give you more harmony. And I feel a lot of peace with those. So if you even try 1 or 2 of those, I mean, do it to it. Very connected to the moon cycles. Unknown helpful factors, please. For pile number 3, unknown helpful factor for pile 3. These 2 want to come out, so why not? Emotional withdrawal and recognition and reward. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so maybe you just need to go within, and this is where we're talking about number 8. This is cycles, but this is also abundance. This is purging. So if you've been stuck in a cycle, which this has talked about, that is actually leaving you. You could be feeling a little bit emotionally shut down, or not as social as you were before if you are an extrovert. But recognition and reward. I feel like this time for you going within is going to be very rewarding, not only for you, but for other people. It's going to be very healing. I do feel like you are, I don't want to say you're being humbled, but let me tell you, I've been humbled. Okay. I've been humbled. Life by life is like, let me humble you. Okay. So I've had to eat many humble pies. I've had to grow and learn and stretch, and basically taken lessons from everything that I possibly can. And I think that that's a beautiful part, is that when we've been humbled, when we've lost like everything, you know, the world makes us feel like unless you have tangible 3D things, monetary things, unless you have, you know, the right clothes, the right cars, the right neighborhood, whatever, that you're not worthy. But that is just so not true. It's ridiculous, because by the time, you know, I'm looking at this guy right here and I'm like, when you take off your clothes, we're basically all the same, but, you know, different. So the point of the matter is that recognition, reward, that there is even a spotlight on this person's shoulders. And I feel almost like that Bible verse, that you don't have to believe in the Bible, whatever, but it's just me, that talks about, how even feeling unworthy to look up and talk to the Most High. And that's one that gets exalted and drawn into the spotlight. But look at all these here. I feel like you have a lot of divine hits, a lot of spiritual awakenings that you've undergone, and you're thinking, how much more can I take? But I don't want to say the end is near, because that sounds ominous. I mean, do we want to hear that? No. But I'm gonna say for sure that you have the opening of a new cycle, and you're being recognized and rewarded for all of the hard work that you have undergone, all of the things that maybe you felt like were too tough to endure. But those things are being blessed, and harmony is being restored to you. What? The fastest way to get into this energy, by the way, is gratitude. Appreciate present blessings. Yes. If you have your legs, then feel blessed. If you have your arms, if we woke up 6 feet above, I heard the road, but 6 feet above land, then we're doing pretty darn good. If we have a roof over our head, then that's awesome. No matter what that roof looks like, it could be a little room, a little shanty, a little shack. It could be a palace. It could be whatever. I mean, some of the loneliest people live in the biggest places, and so I don't really think that factors into a lot when it comes to, I don't know, when it comes to happiness and harmony overall. Yeah, but I see that you've traveled through mountains, many, many mountains, many, many things, many hardships, right? And maybe you've shed a lot of tears. But this is a promise that you are being recognized by the Most High, by Spirit, by Source, by your higher self, by the divine, whatever it is. And you're going to have a time to rest, to retreat, to relax, and this is your time, because you've put in a lot of elbow grease. And so maybe this is like the final push before you can kind of regroup, maybe even go to a trip on the ocean, right? 2121 right now as I look at the camera. But please do take care of yourself. You are making, I see a handprint right here. See if we can bring this in, kind of. I hope that transfers. But anyways, there's a palm print, right? And I just feel like that's saying that you're leaving your mark, right? Because the way that the world says, you're going to leave your mark, a legacy. We're going to leave a legacy. And it's with money and houses and cars, and those things within themselves are not bad. But I'm here to say, and yeah, we're going there, is that, we don't factor in. It's like you work so hard and you bleed for all of these things, which are beautiful and fantastic and make us safe. But really, that house belongs to the bank unless it's all paid off. And once it is all paid off, you're going to wind up leaving the house to someone. You can't take it with you, right, when we leave this earth. And who's to say, I mean, what happens to that? That house gets in the hands of family members or people that don't have the same care or passion for it. They didn't earn it, or they're going through a bad time in their lives. They get into drugs or whatever, and they sell it for money. I don't know. Not to be negative, but I'm just saying that that's a reality. You can't take this with you. It should not be the source of the only source of your pride and the only motivation and the only reason why you stand tall. Because I see here a person with a lot of integrity. I feel a lot of divine knowledge. I feel like you have overcome so many different journeys that you could share those with others to really help people stand tall as well and feel like they're making a difference, and you are making a change and leaving your imprint on this world. Make no mistake about it. So if you don't have like the 3D, the monetary things to leave behind, those type of legacies, for me it's way more important the kind of legacy that your character leaves behind, and how you show up for yourself and other people in your life. So with that, much love to you. If you like this reading, give me a like, share, comment, subscribe, or leave me a line. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Till next time, namaste.